Hello world, how you guys doing? Listen, welcome to the very first episode of The Art to Love a Woman. I am your host, Dr. Casual Pitts, and I'm excited because I'm always excited, guys. And for those of you that follow me and support me and know who I am and what I do, I'm always excited. And you got to be that way, right? So tonight, guys, I just want to introduce you to the podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I want to talk a little bit about what this podcast is going to be about, and how it's going to help individuals around the world, right? And I'm not just talking about um, men, but it also help women as well, right? But this show is geared toward my men, right? Because I found out that we have a shortage per se, at least according to the woman, right? Of men that don't exist. It's I believe it's a myth, right? I think that everything that we do as a man is a choice. Same thing with women, right? I think this the human race. How about we say it that way? The human race has a choice of what they do. So today, again, I just want to just dive in and give you guys the introduction of what is the art of to love a woman, and pretty much what it's going to entail and what we're going to kind of go through every Wednesday night, guys. I'm going to be live with you guys, um, and it's not going to be pre-recorded, right? We're actually going to be going live every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Again, where we're going to be talking about and giving tips, going over some scenarios, possibly in the future have some guests come on, and be able to really live stream this thing and take it to the next level, right? So, the art to love a woman um, is going to be an episode where, again, we talk about how important it is to actually love a woman, right? And that's really the key to what we do, as men, right? We don't know how to actually love a woman properly in most cases. Let me just say that in most cases we don't. Okay, so it's important um, that we know exactly what to do and what not to do, right? So the acronym of art, okay, is you got to learn how to appreciate a woman. That's like that element alone is key, right? It is a key element that you have to carry when it comes to loving a woman, right? You got to appreciate her. You have to appreciate her. The next element is respect. Listen, and you guys hear this all the time. Men, I want you to take it out of the characteristics of thinking that it's a that women demand respect, right? They 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 desire respect. They are supposed to have respect by default, right? And vice versa. Women are supposed to respect men, right? But you got to learn the art of learning how to respect the woman. And then last but not least, and I think this is where a lot of men fail at in most instances, right? It's the thought. You got to be thoughtful. Like like that's the finishing touch, right? You can't, and the reason why is because, man, you got to understand that I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a percentage, right? And maybe I'll come back and retract this percentage once I find the accurate data. But I'll just say 95% of all women are emotional. With that being said, it is very important that you put it into perspective in regards to how thoughtful you are when you like thinking about her. Like, right, don't just take her out to dinner for a birthday, right? Or don't just buy a Valentine's Day card. Um, like, don't do anything basic. And I know that's crazy, right? Because in your mind, you're like, I shouldn't have to go through all of this to express my love. And that's the issue. You can't put yourself in a position of thinking that you're not supposed to think outside of the box, right? You got to remember that when you sign up for a relationship, this is what you signed up for, right? You signed up for that relationship to do what? To take it to the next level. And that's what it's about. So what I want you guys to understand is that you got to learn how to appreciate a woman. You got to learn how to respect a woman, and you got to be thoughtful. Those are the elements of the art to love a woman, right? And then everything else flows literally right after that, right? So I'm going to give you guys five quick, my men, right? I'm going to give you guys five quick tidbits, so to speak, in regards to when it comes to self, right? And how you elevate yourself in to make your relationship more romantic. So the very first thing you got to identify, man, is you got to embrace yourself first, right? And that's where I think a lot of men are failing at, is that they don't even know how to love themselves. So not knowing how to love themselves, it kind of deteriorates on how to actually love a woman, right? So what are you doing? What kind of self-care are you doing for self? What kind of treatment are you giving yourself? And I know we got a lot of men out there that say, "Oh man, I'm not a difficult person. I'm not an indecisive individual." And granted, your woman may be indecisive, right? She may be all over the place, but this is where you are supposed to bring balance to balance that out, right? Um, I take pride in being able to balance out my wife because it allows me to teach her, but in teaching her, I'm also teaching myself, right? Well, this is because I'm open. I'm open to emotions. I'm open to understanding. I'm opening to listening. So because I carry these elements, it makes it easier for me to approach my wife in certain situations that most men don't know how to handle themselves in, right? So you want to make sure that you embrace yourself, man. The second thing I want you guys to do is I want you to face the past relationship difficulties. This is important because I don't do me a favor. Don't point the finger, okay? Don't point the finger at your ex, none of that. What I want you to do though is I want you to identify what did I do wrong in my past relationships. Forget about what she did, right? I want you to think about what is it that I did wrong in my past relationships and and never carry that over into the new relationship. Because what happens is that there had to be something. Remember, for every action, there's a reaction. So, what action did I take in my past relationship that caused a reaction and then a domino effect? I'm going to say it again. For every action, there's a reaction, right? It's very important that you understand that. So, what did I do in the past relationship that caused me that caused that relationship to then become a domino effect based on the action that I've done that caused the reaction for my past relationship to start going downhill, right? So identifying and facing those past relationship difficulties and not carrying them over into the next relationship. The third one is forgive your exes. Please listen, y'all. Look, because what happens is if you do not forgive your exes, man, you will carry that anger, you will carry that baggage into the next relationship. And this goes for both. Okay. And honestly, this one right here is more so for the women than it is for the men. However, I understand that men can be hurt too, right? So maybe I'm talking to my hurt men and then majority of the women, right? But in this part right here is very, very important. No matter what happened, no matter what was done, forgive your exes. And the reason why you want to forgive them, because when you forgive them, you leave whatever pain, whatever agony, whatever it was, you leave that behind. And it causes you to be able to move forward. I'm telling you. Like one of the things that I don't like to do, and me and my wife are married, guys, just so you guys know. One of the things I don't like to do is I don't talk about my past relationship, right? Why is that? Because I've forgiven her. Not only have I forgiven her, have forgiven all of the women that I've ever dealt with in my lifetime. And the reason why is because it helps me, it elevates me, it puts me in a different situation, in a different position to be able to move on without having to carry that anger, that anxiety, or whatever it is into my either my relationship or into my business or into whatever is trying to help me grow. I don't want that to be the thing that's holding me back. Fourth thing I want you man to do is to identify your deal breakers. And this is the reason why it's important. You know, now that I think about it, it would be amazing if they had an application for dating, right? But however, that's not the case. With that being said, though, right, what I want you guys to understand is that you have to make sure you have to make sure that you put out the boundaries early at the very beginning because women will do it, right? And man, this is where the non-communication comes in at when you do not set those boundaries for your soulmate or your significant other or whatever title you want to give her, right? When you don't set those boundaries early and you then try to set those boundaries later on, it can become difficult. I'm not saying that it's not possible because of course my motto is as you go, you grow. So every time you elevate, every time you get to that next level, that's what it's about, right? Things change, boundaries change. I get that. But if you are not an individual who set the boundaries early, it becomes difficult to believe that your boundaries even exist later on down the line because the mental will say, well, you only set these boundaries because of this, and this, right? You never set boundaries before. And that's one of the things that, me and my wife talked about at the beginning. We talked about what do, and I don't think this question is asked at the beginning of a relationship. The question that never gets asked is, what is it that you don't like? What is it that you don't like? What turns you off as a woman? And then women, same question. What turns you off as a man? Right? And asking those questions starts to co-create boundaries. And you guys are able to put those boundaries in place. And guess what happens? Now I know at the very beginning the do's and the don'ts. And we're not talking about the basic stuff. Okay, no cheating, no lying. Let's go deeper than that, right? Let's go to the point where you're saying, I don't like it when my kitchen is dirty. I don't like it when the laundry ain't done, right? Stuff like those things, those and because then what happens, then they become nitpicks, right? Later on in your relationship, they become nitpicks because you never set the boundary at the beginning. So, man, it is very important that you express those boundaries to your significant other. And then, last but not least, what I want you guys to do um, is I want you to make sure that you have an understanding spirit. This is more important. Like this is the that fifth one is that's the it factor. You have to be open to understanding your significant other, understanding their feelings, understanding their point of view. Here's the thing, whether they're right or wrong, there's always two sides, right? And I get it. There has to be a side that you stand on. But you guys got to remember that it is okay to agree to disagree. It is okay. That's life. Everybody is not going to have a winning side, nor should the mindset ever be that I want to be right all the time, right? It should never be. And I should have said number six because this is extremely important for men. Men, listen, and I'm going to add it. Number six, I'm going to add it. So, of course, having an understanding spirit, making sure you're more understanding. But I think this is the caveat. This is the overall cover right here. Learn how to say I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. It does not, and I get it, but it does not hurt to say, baby, you know what? I apologize. I didn't mean to yell at you, or I apologize. I didn't mean it like that, or I apologize. You was right. I was wrong. It is very and be sincere about the apology, please. Don't go, I'm sorry. Don't do that. Just be sincere about the apology. I'm telling you, man, if you just say, love, I'm sorry. I apologize. Please forgive me. All right. You know, you was right. I was wrong. I'm letting you know now that that will take your relationship to a whole nother level. Just by saying, it's like the I'm sorry is the cheat code to the relationship. Okay. I'm telling y'all. So look, guys, I hope that today was a good teaching lesson in regards to giving you guys some tools and some tips on the art of on how to love a woman, right? This is the first episode. I'm excited about the first episode. As you guys know, my motto, as you go, you grow. So you already know that the next episode is going to be lit, right? So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening, and I hope that there was some help there for my men. I hope that this women, do me a favor, please share this with every man that you know. Okay, um, and I want you guys to just share, love, like, um, and just man, just keep following me, please. Just keep following me. So listen, guys, that's it for episode one. Thank you guys for tuning in to the art to love a woman. I appreciate you guys tremendously. Join me on next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be here to help guide you, to help motivate you, and most importantly, to help love you. Peace.